Well, children or families who lost their children at Camp Mystic during the 4th of July flooding in Texas, they're suing now. They say the camp put profit over safety and betrayed the trust they had when sending their kids there. The lawsuits aren't about money. The parents sharing what they lost during emotional congressional hearings in August. Listen.
My anguish is as infinite as the stars in the sky, and equally as unfathomable. Searing, blazing, exploding, a black hole of pain.
Xavier Walton's live for us right now in Dallas. Xavier, what do families say the camp did wrong and what happens next in court?
Anna, good morning. Yeah, you almost had an idea that this was coming after hearing some of that testimony back in August and just speaking to some of the families after all of this. Hard to believe it's been now more than 4 months. But essentially the families now suing Camp Mystic and the owners, accusing them, the Christian summer camp, of gross negligence and wrongful death, saying that the leaders ignored repeated warnings and then failed to get campers to safety. Just a really difficult situation all the way around. The lawsuit claims girls were swept in low-lying cabins along the Guadalupe River with no state-required evacuation plan in place. One petition even alleges staff were told to move equipment instead of evacuating as the water rose. Multiple families are suing, 6 in total right now, some seeking damages of more than $1 million each. The Guadalupe River, for context, cuts through what's known as Flash Flood Alley. Camp Mystic has been there since 1926. It has had deadly floods there before, back in 1932, 1978, and then in 1987. Families say the camp knew that history, yet housed children in cabins built inside the floodplain in harm's way. Camp Mystic's attorney released this statement saying, in part, they emphasized with families and intend to show that this tragic July flood was unprecedented and unexpected, adding that no adequate warning systems existed in that area. They also dispute several accusations of misinformation. The legal filings are inside the legal filings, and note that Dick Eastland also lost his life, was among those just trying to help. The camp says they are continuing to pray for every family affected by all this. Anna.
Yeah, it's so heartbreaking. A large number of the children that were lost were just 7 or 8 years old because they were in those low-lying cabins that were just appeared to be right along the water in a flood zone there. What do families want looking forward? What do they want changed? Do they want those cabins moved? What else?
Well, Anna, first and foremost, it is, helping future generations of summer camps. So policy has already moved to strengthen camp rules, whether that's banning cabins in flood zones or requiring some sort of written emergency plan. Those are all things that are going to take place. Staff training, warning systems. There's been a lot of talk about sirens along the Guadalupe River. But families, at the end of the day, they want accountability as well in court, plus those safety fixes built into any settlement or verdict. And these cases are really just the beginning. Expect months of discovery, depositions, legal fights over what camp leaders knew and when they knew it. Attorneys say more families could still join these lawsuits. The parents behind them say, this is entirely, this tragedy was entirely preventable, and that, they put profit over safety for so many years, Anna.
Yeah, that's what they say. And, those emergency alerts that they are calling for, it's not just, these families that are saying that, it's folks in the area too. And once they get up and running, they need maintenance too. They need to make sure that they're actually working. It all seems pretty basic. Xavier, thank you so much. It's such a tough story. It's not like that's the first time that river's flooded.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.